Ever pondered about the most repugnant odors in the world? Well, today's your lucky day. We're on a mission to sniff out the top 10 most unpleasant smells from around the globe. From the pungent petals of the Rafflesia arnoldi to the stinky sophistication of Vieux Bologna cheese, we're counting down the odors that would make a skunk blush. So, fasten your olfactory seatbelts and maybe grab a clothespin for your nose. Brace your nostrils, folks. We're diving into the stinky abyss. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we have the Rafflesia arnoldi, a flower with a stench that could knock out a skunk. Now, this isn't your garden variety flower. No, the Rafflesia arnoldi is a rare parasitic plant that calls the rainforests of Indonesia home. But why does it smell so foul, you ask? Well, it's all in the name of love, or rather pollination. This blooming beast emits a putrid odor akin to rotting meat to attract flies and beetles for pollination. Talk about going the extra mile for a date. Now here's a fun fact. The Rafflesia arnoldi isn't just known for its smell. It's also the largest individual flower on Earth, reaching up to 3 feet in diameter. That's right, it's big, it's bold, and it's, well, smelly. So next time you're in the Indonesian rainforests, remember to hold your nose. At number 9, we have the infamous durian, a fruit so smelly, it's banned in public transport across many Asian countries. This fruit's aroma has been compared to everything from gym socks to rotten onions, and it's not for the faint-hearted, folks. What gives it that distinct odor? Well, it's a cocktail of 50 volatile compounds, including ones found in skunks, rotten eggs, and cooked beef. Yes, you heard that right. It's a fruit that smells like a sweaty gym locker filled with expired meat and rotten eggs. There are countless stories of unsuspecting tourists buying durians, only to be hit with a wave of stench so powerful it could knock a grown man off his feet. In some places, hotels have even had to install durian detectors like smoke alarms, but for fruit. So whether you're a brave foodie up for a challenge or a smell-sensitive soul, the durian is a force to be reckoned with. Love it or hate it, you certainly can't ignore it. Coming in at number 8, we have the Vieux Bologna cheese, a cheese that smells worse than your gym socks after a marathon. Now, this isn't your average cheese. Originating from the northernmost region of France, this little wheel of terror has been scientifically proven to be the smelliest cheese in the world. How, you may ask? Well, it's washed in beer during its production, which encourages the growth of bacteria that produce the stink. Now imagine walking into a room and being hit by a wave of aroma that could only be described as a mix between rotten cabbage and a sweaty gym bag. That's the Vieux Bologna for you. Despite its smell, it's known for its creamy and surprisingly delicate flavor. It's a classic case of don't judge a cheese by its smell. So, the next time you're thinking of a cheese to serve at your dinner party, remember, Vieux Bologna is not for the faint-hearted. Who knew something so delicious could smell so deadly? At number 7, we have surströmming, a Swedish delicacy that smells like a dumpster on a hot summer day. Now, if you're not familiar with surströmming, it's herring that's been fermented. And by fermented, we mean left to rot in a can until it's so bloated, it looks like it's about to explode. And the smell? Oh, the smell. Imagine the stench of a gym sock that's been marinated in a mixture of rotten eggs and vinegar, then left to simmer in the sun. That's surströmming for you. It's not for the faint of heart or the weak of stomach. Now, you might be asking, who in their right mind would eat this? Well, the Swedes, of course, they love it. They even have surströmming parties where they get together and enjoy the aroma. And if you're wondering about the taste, let's just say it's an acquired one. Bon appetit, or maybe not. At number 6, we have the Icelandic fermented shark, a dish that makes you question the sanity of our Viking friends. The fermented shark, or hakarl as it's known in its motherland. This is not your average everyday seafood. It's a dish that's been buried underground, fermented, and then hung out to dry for several months. And the smell? Well, let's just say it's a bit like blending a gym sock with ammonia and then leaving it in the sun for good measure. Why does it smell so bad, you ask? Well, the fermentation process breaks down the shark's natural toxins, creating a smell that's, let's call it distinctive, It's an acquired taste, or perhaps more accurately, an acquired smell. There's an old saying in Iceland, if you can get past the smell, you might just like the taste. But let's be real, some of us are still struggling to get past the smell. Some smells are better left in the ocean, don't you agree? Hold your breath, folks, as we dive into the top 5 most unpleasant smells in the world! At number 5, we have the notorious skunk spray. Now you might think, hey, I've smelled a skunk from afar, it's not that bad. But folks, we're not talking about a romantic whiff from across the garden. We're talking about a direct hit, a spray to the face. The smell is so potent, it can cause nausea and even temporary blindness. Skunks use this smell as a defense mechanism, and boy, does it work! One little spray and predators and unfortunate humans are left gagging and cursing their luck. Moving on to number 4, we have the infamous gym locker room. Now this isn't your everyday sweat and socks aroma. We're talking about that one locker room, which hasn't been cleaned since the Reagan administration. The smell is a potent blend of sweat, mildew, and unwashed gym clothing. It's a scent that sticks to your nostrils and makes you wonder whether getting fit is really worth it. Coming in at number 3 is rotting garbage. Imagine a hot summer day, and you're walking past a dumpster that hasn't been emptied in weeks. The smell is a symphony of decomposing food, rotten eggs, and something unidentifiable but undoubtedly foul. It's a smell that makes you appreciate the invention of nose plugs. The runner-up for the most unpleasant smell in the world is rotten meat. This smell is so repugnant it's been used in stink bombs and even chemical warfare. It's a smell that lingers, a smell that turns stomachs, a smell that makes you question whether meat should really be on the menu. And now, drum roll, please. The number 1 spot for the most unpleasant smell in the world goes to human feces. This may not come as a surprise to many. After all, there's a reason we have bathrooms located as far away from the kitchen as possible. This smell is not only repulsive, but can also carry harmful bacteria. It's a smell that humans are naturally programmed to avoid, and for a good reason. Now, you might be wondering how we've come to such a conclusion. Well, believe it or not, there's science behind this stink. Researchers have found that our sense of smell is directly linked to our survival instincts. We're biologically programmed to find these smells repulsive as they often signify danger or disease. It's why we gag at the smell of rotting meat or feces. It's our body's way of saying, stay away if you want to live, but let's lighten the mood a little. Did you know that not all creatures find these smells repulsive? Take the dung beetle, for instance. These little critters can't get enough of the stuff. They even roll up balls of dung and use them to attract a mate. Talk about a crappy love life. And let's not forget about vultures. These birds have a stomach of steel and a nose to match. They can smell a carcass from miles away and see it as a gourmet meal. I guess one man's trash truly is another bird's treasure. So there you have it. From skunk spray to human feces, these are the top 5 most nose-curling, gut-wrenching smells in the world. We hope you've enjoyed this stinky journey as much as we did. And remember, next time you're turning up your nose at a foul smell, it's not you being picky, it's your survival instincts kicking in. So, take a moment to appreciate your nose, it's really looking out for you.